Brandy, I am so excited you're here today. Welcome to the Red Chair.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about Brandy Smith, getting started in real estate, kind of a little bit of your backstory, who you are.
I was Brandy Hensley now and
Yes.
slowly transitioning out of that, right?
Right.
I've been in the business for 16 years and this is the third time I've been licensed. So I started when I was 21, different company, failed miserably as I was a bartender and had a little. And then I had to get relicensed in I was 23, failed again with a different company. And then I turned 30 and I was pregnant with Lily. And I actually got fired from the bar. That's a whole nother story.
Wow.
And so I decided, well, here we go again. So went back into real estate in the recession. Let's see, what would that be? Into 2009.
Mm.
So we were in the recession and everybody thought I was crazy, but I really didn't have a backup plan. And I was 7 months pregnant.
Wow.
So I took the opportunity to go back in because I've always wanted to be a real estate agent since I was little. And it's my passion. So luckily, it worked on the third time. Third time worked. So
Third time was a charm.
Yep.
What would you say was the difference between that time? Was it the being pregnant and that pain in your life?
I mean, I was already a mom, right? So I already had an 11-year-old daughter and I was, raised her most of her life, just me and her. And I got pregnant with Lily and she was a blessing. And I think it came down to willing to take the risk.
Mm.
Sometimes I can be like super comfortable in my space.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe God has to push me off that ledge every now and again, right? Because I can be a creature of habit. And sometimes the universe is like, so, and then pushes me kind of off the cliff. And once I'm off the cliff, then I'm good. And I came to Keller Williams. This isn't a,
Sure.
boost Keller Williams thing, right? But I've been here for 16 years now, and that was a difference for me.
Mm.
I came in and thankfully I had people that were willing to take me under their wing when they didn't have to.
Mm.
They definitely did not have to, and they did. And I'm thankful for that. And so I try to, push that forward to other people, especially newbies, right?
Right.
They dealt with my 1 million questions and they believed in me, which was nice, right? I mean, my first coaches, God help them, but they were amazing. So it was just an atmosphere that I needed.
Yeah.
I think it was something that I needed, that family aspect, and that's what I got. So it was a little bit more comfortable. I didn't feel embarrassed about the 1 million questions I have, right? It was just a matter of there's no turning back and I'm going to jump off the cliff and hopefully they'll help me build the parachute on the way down.
Right.
Because I'm going to get the appointment and I have no idea what I'm going to do, but all I'm in it for is the appointment. So it was awesome. It was great. It was the start of an amazing career for 16 years. I'm thankful for them, for sure.
Well, I mean, you have built an amazing business. You've got a great team. You've done some great things over the course of those that year. Kind of tell us a little bit about Homes by Brandy and the group that you've built today.
I mean, I would say that I've done a lot of great things and I've done a lot of really dumb things too.
Sure.
Right. And I think that sometimes that's where people learn more than
That's right.
all the glory of, numbers on a board. Right. I mean, I've failed so many times. It's so stupid how many times I've failed. But again, I've learned on every one of those because I'm the person that will fail and it will not happen. Right. So I've made dumb choices and I've made great choices. So right now, obviously, I run the Homes by Brandy team and we have Amy, our admin. Really, she's the boss, right? She's our executive assistant for the company. And there's no way I could do it without her. She's been, we've been together for a little over 10 years.
Yeah.
She's amazing. We work really well together. She's obviously my best friend too. I don't know how you couldn't, become that after working so close together. So we have 3 agents. And they've been, one is 6 years, 5 years, somewhere right around there. We've got a newer agent, which is fun and gives you some perspective of what it's like to be new again, right? Like we have another agent, she's been there for a couple years. So it's a really, really small and mighty team, which I think is important right now for what my views are and my dreams, right? So it's a family-based company and it's great.
Yeah.
Works out really, really well. So
Well, I know over the years, Brandy, the dynamics of what you've wanted and probably what you've built have changed.
very much so.
Can you kind of walk us through 2015, 16 Homes by Brandy up until now? Like what are some of the things that maybe you were chasing then and looking at then that might look a little different now?
2015, what am I, 10 years ago? I think that the reason my dreams changed and my views changed because when I got in, I was gung ho.
Yeah.
Like I am more competitive than most people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And I love to win. Like that is my jam. When I don't, I am the worst person in my own head than anybody else that would ever, And in fact, when I came on at Keller Williams, I had my first coach, which I adore still, and he asked me, "How much money do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Really, I just want to pay my bills right now, right?
Right.
But I also want to be at the top of the board. Like, what does that look like?" And he's like, "Well, rookie of the year," and I'm like, "Okay, well, what did rookie of the year do last year?" "Oh, well, this is what they did," and I'm like, "That's what I want to do. I'm gonna beat the number."
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, God love Rob. He's like, "That's really lofty." And this is nothing I wouldn't say to Rob. So,
Sure.
everybody, I hope he watches it because I love him so much. But when somebody tells me, I will never forget that moment. I could probably tell you the smell in the room at that moment, right?
Yeah.
Because that is, again, I don't like to be told no, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to betting on me, right? And so I told him, okay, whatever. Like you do you, right? And he also told me I couldn't sell a bunch of real estate in jeans and boots and a t-shirt. Yeah, okay. Love you, Rob, right? And so we talk about it all the time. We still meet up and all of that. But at that point in time, it was like more of like not a game, but kind of.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you get into real estate, it's just like, oh my God, everybody's so fancy and doing all of this business, right? What am I going to do? How do I get to that level, right? Because I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to be at the bottom of the totem pole. So it almost became a game.
Sure.
Right? 2 years into the business, I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life and getting to live my own life. And I don't have to answer to corporate and, all of that kind of thing. And then the boards came out, right?
Right.
The awards, which I love so much. So I love trophies. Please don't get me wrong. I have lots of trophies and I love trophies. But I got wrapped up in the competitiveness of the board. And every time somebody posted, I would do so well. Like, I'll tell you this. One time I hit $1 million in 1 month. Okay. $1 million is a lot, right? Like my team surpasses that now and I love all of it. But what people don't understand is $1 million in volume in a month is so much.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And when you're compared on a board, right, and you're so excited, I cannot even, I was so excited. In fact, I cried when I got that check and took it to the bank because it got me double, right? Like it was a moment of crying in a teller's, right, when I got the balance, right? And so, and then it gets to boards and I'm so excited. And I didn't even place, right? Like I didn't even place top 3. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to do more, right? Because that was validation to be on that board, right? And I chased that. I chased that hard until probably about that time frame, right? I worked, I sacrificed my family, right? I didn't spend as much time. I didn't protect my time. Mom was always working, right? Lily grew up in real estate. She learned how to walk in the real estate halls, which is a great story now. But, it's like, man, I wanted it so bad that sometimes your home life is not protected,
Yeah.
right? And around that time, I think it was the next year, 2016, I got breast cancer,
Mm.
right? And I fully believe, of course, genetics. And I think I pushed myself into that. Like I was working so hard. I didn't have a huge team. I was doing like 80 transactions a year by myself, right, with an admin. And that moment in time, I was 38 years old, and that was a game changer for me
Mm-hmm.
because all of a sudden the boards didn't matter,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so it really did change like an aspect of my life that nobody wants to talk about,
Mm.
right? Like everybody wants to talk about your numbers and how much you produce and all of
Exactly.
these things. And you're a baller in the world of real estate, right? Nobody knows my name outside of real estate. Like we call it real estate famous, right?
Right.
Whatever. But nobody talks about the background.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about the personal stuff and the toll that it takes on someone because you hide it behind the curtain, right? Because then you look weak, right? So I think that really changed the direction of my company,
Mm-hmm.
where I had the big team.
Yeah.
I had all the agents. I had all of that, and we were producing almost 200 transactions a year. And I hated every single second of it.
Hmm.
I literally hated all of it. I didn't like what I was doing again. It was just constant like problems over and over again. It wasn't a tight-knit family. It wasn't the right fit for what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the agents on my team, I'd do anything in the whole world for. Like I'd give my shirt off my back. I'd give my last dollar to them. And they know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they would reciprocate that for me,
Right.
because that's the relationship that we have. And I think that's just part of having a tight knit. Do we have big goals? 100%. Do we push ourselves? Absolutely. But we also protect our family.
Mm.
And that's the most important thing for all of us,
That's right.
is our family at this point.
And you've done such a great job of realizing, you create teams around you that are like family.
Mhm.
You guys run hard, you play hard, you work hard, and you lead in such a way that like it creates that space where people can be vulnerable. They can open up and you can kind of look under the hood, if you will, on like what's really going on.
Yeah.
And one of the things I know you guys, your whole team is passionate about is like what's real. What's raw, what's real talk. And I'd love for you to share a little bit more about, what you think is really going on in the market and what you think agents are really struggling with and kind of what's the temperature like
Mhm.
from your vantage point?
Well, I mean, being in since the recession, right?
Mm.
I mean, I think everybody's like in a little bit of a panic right now, but nobody remembers that we've shifted so many times since the recession. It wasn't like the recession, COVID, and today,
Yeah.
right? There's so many different things that have happened all of the time, right? That you have to shift and redo. What we were doing in the recession isn't, I mean, it's probably 80% of what we do today, right? The
Yeah.
technology has come so far. And I think that the real talk about it is, I think that a lot of agents get into this business thinking it's an easy button,
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to make $100,000 and it's HGTV.
That's right.
And it's not. I mean, as passionate like I love this business. Like
Yeah.
I live and breathe this business because I love the people, right? And what it's done for my family,
Mm-hmm.
And but when you walk into here thinking that it's going to be, you're going to make $100,000 in your first year, I hope you do.
Sure.
Like, go for it. I didn't. I hope you do. I didn't make it the second year, right?
Mm.
So I think there's so much pressure on agents right now. I think a lot of people came in during COVID
Mm-hmm.
thinking that this was a stick a sign in. Oh my God, I got 27 offers and thought they were amazing at this.
Yeah.
right? Everybody got 27 offers. You weren't amazing, and I'm sorry, right? And thankfully, we're not in that market.
Right.
I don't want to be in the market of
Oh,
27 offers. That was terrible, right? And so it's like, I think the pressure of that, they were selling, and now they're really having to rely on the meat and
mm,
potatoes of the business, going out and finding it, hunting it down. It's harder, right? Because listings are sitting a little bit longer than normal. Buyers are getting a little picky. So buyers think it's a buyer's market. Sellers think it's a seller's
that's right.
market. We're right in that cusp of that cliff, right?
Yep.
Where it'll become clarity very soon, right? In the spring, it's just like everybody needs to hang on. I mean, I thought that the numbers were staggering on the number of agents that didn't do any business in 2025. Sad. I hate it. But it does separate who you are, right? Separates how hard you're willing to work for this because it's a grind,
Hmm.
you know? But it's nothing. I mean, we're having one of the best Februarys we've had in a really long
Yeah.
time, right?
Right.
So it's not a matter that it can't be done. It's just we're going through the mud.
Yeah.
You know, these transactions are very difficult. None of them are slam dunks,
Sure.
right? You have to be super creative, right? Find a buyer for that house that's going to domino, and then a buyer for that, and then it dominoes, right? You have to be super creative. And if you're not willing to do that, then unfortunately, right now, you're gonna suffer.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. I mean, you just have to shift to the market.
Hmm.
Really, everybody's panicking, and I'm like, that's fine. Just shift.
Yep.
You know, go back to the basics, which is always.
Yes.
The basics are always there and they always work. So all the fancy shiny buttons, right, that you want to pull, go for it. That's your money. It's not mine.
Mhm.
But the basics, just talk to people.
Getting back out of your way. Brandy, what? There's a lot of agents, like you mentioned, struggling,
Hmm.
and I know once you start struggling, it can feel like you're stuck. What advice would you have for somebody who's in that place that they feel like they're doing everything they can, nothing's working, nothing's clicking? Yes, the basics for sure. And how like mentally do you kind of get out of that?
I mean, I talk about mental health a lot, right? Like I've been through some things that most people haven't, right? And mental health is a really big thing for me. And like I said, I talk a lot in my head,
Mhm.
right? Because I'm ADHD like nobody's business. So nobody talks to me more than I talk to myself, right? But I think it comes to a point of being vulnerable, right? And all of these people think that they shouldn't be vulnerable.
Mm,
And so I shared this in I don't know, a team meeting or something one day because actually my therapist
yeah,
encouraged me because I love to help people, right? Like,
right.
and I want them to know that like I'm not a Superman,
Mm,
right? Like not even close to Superman, right? But he encouraged me to, talk about it, which is usually like behind closed curtains. Like when I had breast cancer, it was behind closed curtains. Most people didn't even know that I went through it,
yeah.
right? Divorce, didn't know that I was going through it. Like there's a lot of things in my life that people didn't know unless they were in my personal circle, which is not healthy
Mm,
at all. It actually causes a volcano. And thankfully, I was in therapy for um, 3 years going through a really hard time in my life recently that when I came out and told people that, right, at that team meeting,
yeah.
right, I seem to be known to like cry in public moments, but I never cry, right? I bold, my first class ever, cried in front of a room of 200, 300 people. And then, of course, I cry in team meeting, whatever. So, but it means a lot to me, right? And so when I did talk about that and the mental health of agents right now, because unfortunately there's been some tragedy around that in the real estate world and the lending world, right? Suicides, things like that, which is so sad to me that they felt like they didn't have a voice or somebody to listen, right?
Mhm.
But after I opened up about that, because people will tell you that's like an immediate, like your career is going to end, which I think is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It was amazing how many people reached out.
Yeah,
And it wasn't necessarily about real estate.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we have a lot of things that go on in our lives, but we have to be this person in front of our clients all the time. And that can be draining
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a sounding board to just talk and not have judgment.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes some of the agents in our industry have judgment
Mm.
and you're not safe in that space, right? You need to have a safe space and they will use it against you. I promise you that. You need to have a safe space. When I had breast cancer, I literally lost a listing appointment because the agent told that seller that I was going through breast cancer.
Oh, no.
So here's the thing. That should never happen.
Sure.
Fueled me. I was real,
Yeah.
whatever. But you should always have a safe space. Like you should be able to like vent to other agents and talk through like your issues because they're probably going through the same issues or have gone through it, which is why I always say the failures is what you learn most on, not the successes. I can teach anybody how to sell real estate. Anybody. Anybody can walk in this room and I can teach them how to do real estate. But I can't help them mentally if they don't open up,
Mm.
right? Like there's a whole different aspect of real estate that's not just transactional.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the agents on my team, like it's really important for me that they open up, that their personal life is great, their finances are great, right? I teach them to become debt free. Like there's a lot at home that can really affect your
Mhm.
business world.
For sure.
A ton, right? I've been there.
Yeah.
There's been years in real estate that I'm like, whoa. You step back and you go, okay, what happened? Take your accountability for that,
Yeah.
right? And then just move forward. Because you can just like my most favorite quote that I tell my kids and agents on my team and all of that, it's like, it's not a matter of falling on the concrete. Because we all do.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how long it takes you to get back up,
Mm.
right? Get back up.
It's good.
Like, and my kids, like, I talk to my kids like that too, right? It's like, get back up. And then you go. So if you're in a rut, get back up.
Yeah.
Get back up and go talk to some agents because there's a lot of like high producing agents that I feel like agents feel like they're off limits
Yeah.
and that they don't want to talk and they don't want to help you and they don't want to listen. Like a ton of us in this office are always willing to give back
Yeah.
because somebody gave to us,
That's right.
you know? So somebody comes and knocks on my door, I'm like 100%.
Mm.
Like, what's the deal? Like, let's dissect it. And I'm not a sugar coater, right? Everybody that knows me knows that I'm not. It comes from love, but we get into it. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's how we solve this. Totally love you and we'll hug you all day. And this is how we get back into it. So there's agents that will coddle you and love you and hug you, and then you're going to be stuck in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
You want the real truth. Like, I'm in. Right? It's just a matter of not everybody can handle it because they're not ready
That's right.
to handle it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my long rant about that, I guess.
I love it. And this is one of my favorite things to like unpack with you is just that ability and how you've through your own pain and through your own journey, you've found a space and a way to open up and to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And you've realized that is actually strength and it's created that connection. And like you were saying, it's so important for the people on your team to understand that it's not all just about the transaction. It's actually about being known and knowing other people.
Right.
And you can't do that if you're not willing to go first.
Right. If there's walls up, you can't ever connect.
Yeah.
And I have walls up. There are people I have walls up, and that's on purpose
Yeah.
because that's protecting my boundaries. However, the people that I have my walls down with, like I'm a whole different person.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think we're similar people, right? It's like some people might be like, whoa, not approachable, right? And then some people are like, oh my God, I love it, you know? So it's like it's just because my walls aren't down with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay, right? Like I protect myself because now I know better and I have to protect myself from that, right? And being able to have those conversations with the people that are safe, right? Like you and I have had many conversations, right? That has been like, you shut the door and it's safe,
Yeah.
right? And that's okay. Steve and everybody else, I've had those conversations with them too. I just don't ever want somebody to be around me and feel like they can't open up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, that's so terrible. It's a terrible feeling because I know I've been there,
Yeah.
like where you have to be Superman. In reality, it's like people actually relate better to you if you're just yourself. Like,
That's
I
right.
don't get some business, and that's okay. I am unfiltered. I will be honest, but I will love you to the bottom of my soul. And some people love that and some people don't. And I'm okay not getting that business because I don't have to. I don't have to be fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's just my view on it. If I lose business over it, whatever, I have my peace.
And do you find, Brandy, that, people with the biggest walls are generally the ones that feel and love the deepest?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that squishy, tender part is so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful
Yeah.
and open.
Mhm.
And somewhere along the way, it got told, you're too much or
Yeah.
get down.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from personal trauma, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
think that that's 100% stemmed from personal trauma, like what you've been through in life.
Mm-hmm.
And you start protecting yourself, right? Like I could narrow it all down for you, but we don't have time for that, right? But it does stem from trauma. And so sometimes some of those people with those biggest walls, like I look at and I'm like, oh my God, you're probably like the nicest human on the planet, right? I watch my husband do it, like the most manliest of men. And he's like, don't tell anybody, but he's like super gushy inside, right?
Yep.
But only to his people,
Right.
only to the people that is in his safe space. And same with me, right? Like I will give anybody anything. And if I have a boundary against you, I will not. You are shut off. You no longer exist. And I might take it to the grave. But it's a protection for me.
Yeah.
I live in my world. I don't care about what other people live in their world.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is my world. And I'm happy in business and personally. And I think that that's a great space to be in.
Yeah. Well, I love how open you've been, like around your journey with mental health and then asking for help. For you, what was kind of that moment that you said, you know what, something has to shift, something has to change for me?
Well, I mean, that's a really long story, but some trauma, right? Trauma happened around something that I wasn't paying attention to.
Mm.
Okay. And it was probably one of the worst times in my life because I can love to a fault.
Yeah.
So when your walls do come down, when you're somebody like a personality, I mean, you have a similar personality that I do, right?
Yeah.
My walls come down and I love you. I'm going to give you so many chances that I should not,
Yep.
right? It's because you constantly you don't give those emotions to a lot of people. So trauma really, again, you remember that like God has to push me off the cliff sometimes,
Yeah.
right? That was one of those moments.
Okay.
Kind of well, you're not going to do what I am, right? Which, thank God, because it did change my life.
Mm.
Through trauma, I think you can learn a lot, or you can be knocked down really hard if
Yeah.
you don't have a support system. I'm thankful to have had that support system, and I have kids, and I didn't want to repeat history,
Yeah.
and I felt like it was just continuously repeating, and I needed help. And going to a therapist shouldn't be embarrassing. Like, it blows my mind how many people are like, oh, they go to a therapist. I'm like, good for them. What? Like, you get to sit in a room with a person that knows nobody that you know.
Yeah.
It can't leave that room. You can sound like the most ridiculous person on the planet and just vomit it and then be like, wow, that was a lot, right? But you have a safe space.
Right.
And when I decided to, I've had therapists in the past, when I was younger that I didn't connect with and I didn't feel safe.
Hmm.
So I think that finding a very close friend of mine referred me to this therapist and was like, there's nothing comparable. And I met with him and it was a moment of clarity that somebody actually cares. So I think that sometimes people get the wrong therapist and it doesn't work because you don't trust that they're listening, right? Like you got a piece of paper and they're writing all the things. And like my ADHD brain is like, what are they writing?
What's on that paper?
Like seriously, like I don't want to know, right?
Sure.
And I sat with him and I'm like, in true Brandy style, my first appointment with him was, I'm broken.
Mm.
And if you pick up a piece of paper and a pen and or give me homework, I promise you I will not do it. So if this is not a match, I'm going, because I needed help, right? And that I'm like, we're just going to rip the Band-Aid because I'm open, raw, and I'm hurt, right? And he was laughed, and I actually am not that person. And I'm like, I figured you wouldn't be, or my friend wouldn't have, referred. But it's a moment of vulnerability that is really necessary. And I think it really should be more open.
Yeah.
Like, why don't people talk about it? It's like money and feelings. Nobody wants to talk about money and feelings. And I'm like, first of all, I love to talk about money, right? Not about, oh God, I have all this money. It's more about like strategy. Like you and I have sat down and talked about money strategy, right?
Right.
I love that because I grew up in poverty, right? I've worked for every dollar I have, and I don't want to repeat history, right? And so you break that cycle. I love talking about money. It's like one of my most favorite things, right?
Yeah.
And emotions in a safe space.
Yep.
I'm good because I'm in a volcano if I don't, right? And one of the agents walk into the office, I could feel it before they even get to my office door, right?
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know why people don't talk about it because in real estate, there's so many emotions. You have so many families on your shoulders.
Yes. And all their feelings.
And they're a lot, right? Like buying a house is super stressful. Selling a house is stressful. They're going through divorce. Somebody's passed. Like you're holding all of those emotions, plus your own, plus as a leader of a team, plus theirs, right? So you have a lot of people there. If you don't get what's inside of you out, like the volcano happens, right? And so I've really learned to get it out before that happens.
That's so good because it does. It comes out eventually. It comes out on your kids. It comes out on your spouse.
Right.
And if you don't have that space where it's safe to feel it, you're going to feel it all week no matter what.
Oh, and it makes you feel terrible.
Right.
And most people don't know this, so I guess we'll just open that up. But except for the people really close to me, but we used to call it, having a breakdown is okay.
Yes.
Right? First of all, obviously, like the corny, like breakdown, breakthrough. It's actually true. Like, do I like the quote? Whatever. But you were always going to have a breakdown. We all have breakdowns because we're tired, and it might be about your kids, it might be the business, it might be whatever, right? But we have breakdowns. And before I went on this journey of mental health, like I did not cry in front of anybody. Nobody saw me cry, never. And we call it closet crying, okay? Because I'm a closet crier, and I would go in my closet, and that's where my space was to.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that they were not to enter that closet because that was my safe space because I thought I had to be Superman, right?
Right.
And so I don't cry very often ever, but I don't closet cry anymore, which is good, right? Which I think a lot of people do, whether it's their car, their closet, or whatever, right?
Or forever.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and then again, nobody talks about it. So it's like a sign of weakness, and you're like, okay.
Because you have feelings.
Right. Like, tell me you have not had a breakdown. Give me a break. Everybody has breakdowns. It's actually okay.
It's really okay.
It's like 100% okay. And it makes you feel a lot better. I mean, not in the moment, but later.
Yeah.
Well,
I know we talked a little bit about, success for you back then, looking like awards and looking like a scoreboard. What does success look like for you now?
I think I'm more...
Or healthy success, rather.
Yeah. I think that I don't care about the boards. I don't care.
Yeah.
There's lots of agents that do more production than I do. And that's okay. That's what they want to do. And that's okay. They have massive teams, and that's their journey.
Yeah.
Like, right? So when you're looking up to some of these agents and you're just like, oh, I want to be like them. Well, you don't know. You don't know what goes along with that journey. And if you're not that person that can handle that journey, which I'm not doing 500 transactions a year.
Yeah.
I'm not doing 300.
Your body said no.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Exactly.
Right? Like it gets to a point of there's no balance, right? And I know lots of agents that do that many transactions and they've been able to leverage themselves
Sure.
to that level. And I appreciate them.
Yeah.
Like I respect them. They do, their thing. To me, success to me is making sure that all of our agents on our team, it's family,
Mm.
right? And it really truly is. And they have a space to be free. Nobody is ever censored in my office. If you ever, you've been to my office,
Yeah.
right? So nobody is ever censored. They get to be who they are, right? And as long as that kind of fits the dynamic of the team, then that works great for us. I can, afford to set back for the future.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are great and healthy, and I'm not working a million hours a week. I mean, I'm not going to lie, like the last, month has been a little crazy, right?
Sure.
And we all go through those roller coasters, right? So I feel like because I preach it so much about work-life balance, and they're like, how do you take Tuesdays off, right? And I'm like, sometimes I don't, right?
Right.
There's like every other month, there might be a Tuesday that I'm like, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have a choice, right? Like, it's not black or white. Like, that's what I feel like everybody wants, like this. Here's how you do it. Well, it doesn't.
No.
You know what I
It's a
mean? You
mix.
do you.
Yeah.
I go talk to new agents all the time. I'm like, what do you want to do? And they all say 100,000. Like, let's all be
Sure.
real, right? But then there are some that don't say that. And they're like, well, I just feel like I'm not doing enough business. I'll talk to an agent that produces $5 million a year. I just am not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And I'm like, okay, are we watching the boards?
Mm.
Are we comparing ourselves to others?
Right.
Or this is a financial thing, right? Because I'm all about the questions. Like it's annoying to people, I know sometimes, but I'm always about that because you're just beating yourself up. And in reality, they're doing fine financially.
Yeah.
And by the way, $5 million in real estate right now, you're doing a hell of a lot better than a lot of agents. So don't ever dismiss that.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing 2 million. I don't care if that's your your journey, go for it,
Exactly.
right? I just feel like a lot of people dismiss that, and I don't like that, right? And so I decided that 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever I want,
Mm.
and I don't care. I do not care what other people do because that is not my journey.
Yeah.
And I want to protect my home. I want to protect my space, right? My kids are almost graduated, right? And I missed so much in the beginning of my career that I really regret,
Mm.
right? And it's I think that people just need to understand that it's actually okay to just do what you want to do,
It's good.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
Give yourself permission to just
yeah.
do what you feel feels right.
Yeah. I taught a class one time about, I can't remember. I don't even know what it was about, but I tend to go off the rails anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this agent was like, I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Right. And it was a husband and wife team. And I love them to this day. They do great today. But she's like, I just want to take a nap in the mornings.
Yes.
And I'm like, so take a nap. Like, she had been retired from a previous job, right? And went into real estate. And I'm like, okay, so take a nap. Like, why? Like, you work for yourself. Who cares? So take the nap. Like, everybody's business looks different on a day to day. Like, just give yourself permission. Like, don't be lazy. You're never going to sell real estate, right? But if that's your journey and that's what you want to do, who cares? And when an agent looks down on you for that, who cares?
Exactly.
Like, I think that is my biggest thing that I can preach to anybody is who cares?
Mm.
I don't care. Like, I can walk through these halls and I don't care
Yeah.
because this is my journey.
Yep.
That's your journey, right? You want to be negative or, the agents out in the world or, this can be a shark's world sometimes, right? And the I've been in for 20 years kind of thing, right? I don't care because it just doesn't, it just builds up and it sucks. It sucks to feel like that. And hopefully somebody hears that and
No, you got to stay on your own path, your own journey, and be authentic to what that looks like for you.
Be yourself.
For sure.
Right? It's like the jeans and t-shirts and boots, right? You're never going to sell a house like that. You're never going to be a high producer like that. Did I care? No.
Yep.
Right? Because that's who I am. So just be who you are.
Yep.
Like, it's okay. I'll walk into $1 million house looking just like this, and I land it just like everybody else does. Right? I know some of my friends dress so nice. I appreciate them. Like, I don't know how they do it every day, but they look beautiful and they dress nice and they're full glam and all of the things.
Yeah.
Good. That's okay. That's who they are. And that's what makes them feel good.
Sure.
You know? So it's like everybody has a different journey and a different path.
Yeah.
You know? And owning that journey and path and not caring about the board and what other people are doing, it's like freedom. It feels so good, right? You just don't even compare. You're like, well, I'm going to make top 5. And there's many months I don't make top 5. And I do a lot of real estate.
Yeah, you do.
And I don't make top 5. That's okay. Does it burn a little bit because I'm still competitive? 100%.
Right.
But it doesn't rule my life to the point where I'm like, I'm going to work 7 days a week again. Nope. Never again.
Yeah. Because you found what your priorities are, what really matters most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice having days off. I mean, my phone still rings. Like, don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
But like having a Tuesday and a Sunday off is like the best thing ever. You know, just to be like, okay, everybody breathe.
Yeah.
And the whole team takes Tuesdays off. I know people say that's impossible, but no.
No, only if you say so.
Yeah, the whole team is off on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
It's a great day to be off. Nobody's out like grocery shopping and doing all the things, so you can get all your errands done and spend time, you know, at home. So you can make anything happen you want to.
You sure can.
Yeah.
Well, Brandy, thank you for like unpacking yourself, being vulnerable, transparent. If people want to connect with you or they're like, you know what you said today really resonates with me. Where can they find you? How can they connect with you?
I mean, you can just call me, honestly. I answer the phone all the time, but
Yeah.
Our website is homesbybrandy.com. Super easy. My number is 913-620-1325. I always answer. It is rare that I don't answer. I'm always happy to help agents kind of walk through things or, you know, what have you. Facebook is obviously like, I love social media. Like, it's my jam. So you can always find me on social media. And those are great ways to connect with me. So I don't ignore people. So you can actually reach out and it'll be okay.
Well, any closing thoughts you want to leave with anybody, maybe agents that might be struggling right now with some of the things we've talked about, that advice you'd want to leave them with today?
I think that the biggest advice is to surround yourself with people that want to help and don't buy into the social media faces.
It's good.
Is that a thing? I mean, I'm a visual person, so I can see it, but like, don't buy into, I sell $1 million and half of them are broke, right?
Right.
More than half, actually. Just find somebody. Like, a coach is always a good thing. Like, it really is. Like, I have had a coach for a very, very long time since day one, and I need it, right? I needed that. I'm still learning every single day. So having a coach, having a group of agents that maybe you guys are in the same position. Like, what I loved, like back in the day that doesn't happen today, is I lead gen with new agents every single morning in the office. It was called the bullpen back then in a different space, but we all lead generated together. And it was fun, like, because then somebody would say something and you're like, that makes me want to vomit, right? But then, like, I'd say something and they're like, whoa, that was too aggressive, right? And so it's nice to like hear.
Yep.
Right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, go talk to all the people you can. Because, like, you know, when I first got into the business, I was in the office with Brian Huff, right? And he was in his socks. I don't know if he still does it today, but we're not close to each other. But he used to walk the halls in his socks, right? And like cold call. And I'm like, hey, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Can I listen to you? And he's like, 100%. Make sure you're in the corner of the room and don't talk. I'm like, fair, right? Right. We all know who Brian is too. So, and I went to every agent I could talk to. I'm like, would you talk to me? Can I buy you lunch? Can I buy you coffee? Like, I couldn't afford to pay for people's lunch and coffee, but it was the best way I learned. And always ask. Don't ask them how they got there. Always ask them, why did you fail?
Mm,
How'd you get back up?
yep.
Have you failed? And if they tell you no, they're lying, right?
Right.
Just get yourself surrounded by people that really want to help you. Because there's a ton of us that are like, we were brought up under somebody's wing. That did not have to. That did not financially gain from anything that we did, right? And it's fun to pass it along. So we're approachable.
Yeah.
Right? Lots of agents are approachable. And if they're not, you'll find out real quick, and that's okay. Right? That's probably my biggest advice.
I love it. Well, thank you, Brandy, for your time. Really appreciate you. And I'm sure we'll see you soon again on the Red Chair.
Sounds great.